Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another installment of Behind the Jersey. Galen Parker is my name, and I'm here with Jewel Olson. And we're going to talk about track and her pursuits because you're an NAIA All-American at this point, are you not?
No, I'm not.
You're not?
Unfortunately, no.
Oh, okay. I thought you had earned that distinction.
Well, I did make finals for indoor.
Mm-hmm.
But I did get disqualified apparently by touching the line. So I did make finals and everything, but
so otherwise you would have been.
Yeah, I would have been an All-American.
Well, I was saying before we got started that you're a 400 runner. Now, having run track whenever I was in high school in Florida, I can tell you the 400 and the 800 are the two hardest races for me in all of track. What is it that gravitated you toward the 400?
I think I definitely have when I was younger, I had a lot of endurance, but I wouldn't say enough where I could do mileage, and I did pretty decently with sprinting.
Mm-hmm.
So with that, it just came together in middle school and high school, and it worked out. So
okay.
Yeah.
Now you're from Wolf Point, Montana, and you're a senior.
I am.
What is it that made you choose Dickinson as the community you wanted to go to run track for in the end?
I liked the smaller community. I was kind of a little bit intimidated to go to a bigger school, and it's closer knit, and I don't regret it because I just love all the people I've met. You get a lot closer with people.
And where is Wolf Point? Give me a frame of reference.
It's over by Glasgow, Montana,
Okay.
northeastern.
Okay.
So not too far from here at all.
Okay, so your folks have been able to come on over and visit and watch you run?
Yeah.
Okay, and what are their names?
Yvette Buckelk and Charles Olson.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very nice, very nice. And for the folks who don't understand just how available these opportunities are, young women are able to participate in sports at the scholarship level in track. And it's something that I've always tried to get across to young women around the country. And that's one of the reasons we do these presentations for Behind the Jersey. Not only do I want for people to know that Dickinson State University is a nice destination for them to attend, but at the same time it gives young women an opportunity to go to school and learn and continue your athletic careers. Was that the only thing you did when you were in high school, was just track, or did you play multiple sports?
I did multiple sports,
Okay.
volleyball. I really loved volleyball, but also track. So I was happy to be able to continue doing track here. Yeah.
You didn't want to do volleyball here? It was just no time?
I just didn't really think about it at the time.
Okay.
I didn't know what I was doing in high school. Then I was like, oh, I should go to college, and then I kind of fell into it. So yeah.
Did they find you, or did you find them?
They found me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So.
And what would you say has been the best part of going to school here?
Definitely the community. It's with all the other things in clubs that I'm in, it's you just get to know so much people, and it's just definitely the community here that I enjoy.
And what do you and your friends do in your off time? What kind of activities do you get up to?
There's a lot of good thrift stores here.
Oh,
So
right.
usually going to thrift stores. Also right next to Bismarck, so you can go to Bismarck, or there's Medora as well. I'm golfing. I'm not that great at that, but
At golfing?
Yeah.
I don't think anybody is unless you get to do it every single day.
Yeah,
We've interviewed a couple of golfers, on these presentations in the past, and I don't know how they do it. It's just too challenging for me.
Yeah, so. I'm not that great at it either.
What are you looking forward to about this coming outdoor season? Because you ran indoor, right? Do you like indoor or outdoor better?
Definitely outdoor. For the 400 meter, you have to run, it's a 200 meter track usually, and so you have to run around twice instead of just the full length of a normal outdoor track.
Right.
So I really like outdoor. One thing that I'm looking forward to is hopefully PRing. I PR'd in indoor, and I ran 55. I'm not for sure specifically a 55, so it'd be cool if I can possibly hit a 54.
Okay.
And I'd be pretty happy about that.
Sounds doable.
Yeah, I never thought I would be able to run that. So.
And I would think too that with the weather being the way it's been, except for that sort of hiccup that we had last week with a week of cold temperatures, you've been able to get going a lot faster this year, huh?
Yeah, that's been nice, definitely. So.
Right. And you guys have, when is your next meet coming up? I know that this one got kind of pushed forward on Sunday, but when is your next one going to be coming up?
Fargo. That's going to be on Friday.
Okay.
So yeah.
And how many more do you have for the rest of the season?
We have a couple more. I believe we might be going to, next is here, home, I believe, for Easter, and then I think we might be going to Fargo, and then there might be one more left, and then I think it's into conference, I believe.
And that's when you want to be peaking.
Yeah.
isn't it? How do you feel like the season has started off for you?
I feel
thus
like
far?
it started off pretty good. My last meet, I qualified for nationals already, which was pretty early compared to like how I usually am. So I'm very
There were
excited
quite a
with
few
that.
of you though who did
Yeah.
at at that recent meet, right?
A lot of us
Or
like
the
are
yellow
already-
jacket, right?
Yeah. A lot of us have just recently qualified, so I'm pretty excited with how things are going.
Kind of put your mind at ease.
Yeah.
Knowing that now you can just work to attain your endurance and your speed and maybe your technique, huh?
Yeah, definitely. It definitely was like, okay, so now I don't really have to stress myself. Of course, I want to get faster and faster so I can get a better time, but it's definitely a little bit less stress, at least.
Right. And what kind of student are you? Do you get pretty good grades?
Yeah.
Really?
I'm a pre-med, so I'm also minoring in chemistry right now as well. So that hopefully I can get into medical school later on. So yeah.
That's very cool. Yeah. Where would you like to go from here?
I was thinking either UND or there's a school in Washington. I can't remember specifically the name that I'm looking into as well for medical school. That I'd be really interested in.
Yeah. It sounds like it would be a lot of fun. You want to be a doctor?
Yes.
Okay. In what specialty?
I thought about like cardiac, but not for sure yet. I'm definitely open to everything, like optometry even too. That'd be cool. So yeah.
Well, I'm going to assume that between indoor and outdoor track season and your pre-med classes and all that, you don't have a whole heck of a lot of time to spread around. But what do you do with your free time whenever you're not busy with all those other pursuits?
Definitely relax, and then also just like a lot of studying. There's always at least like 1 or 2 classes that take up almost all of my time after like practice and stuff. So it's
Right.
like I always have to be doing something like that. I'm also a senior resident assistant, so then I also have that as well. So if there's like a call or something's going on, I'm the one that's supposed to like respond to it on like our campus. So
Okay.
I also have that. But
Nice.
yeah.
Or have you been able to meet anybody from the local medical community, CHI, and people like that yet? Or is it...
No, I've been trying to get for like more shadowing hours and everything, but no, I haven't for here.
Probably give you a foot in the door.
Yeah,
You know,
it would be
get
cool.
you off the right start, right?
Yeah, it would be cool.
And what are you looking most forward to about graduation? What sort of things do you see yourself doing post-graduation outside of school? Do you want to stay here? You want to, kind of stay in North Dakota, I mean?
I definitely want to go explore like different states and everything. Like with internships that I've been a part of, like the one that I had over the summer, I was in Utah for research. That was just interesting because then I've never been to Utah and I was able to be like outdoors and everything. So if I'm able to go to like a different school or outside of school just to explore a different state, I'm really looking forward to stuff.
Well, I can tell you that my ex-wife was military and I was military, and so we got
Yeah.
to live in about 6 different states around the country. Overseas, we lived in England for 3 years. I highly recommend traveling and getting to see the world as much as you possibly
Yeah.
can. It's a lot of fun.
Definitely.
And as far as your being a senior, being an upperclassman, have you become kind of a leader and a mentor for the younger athletes, would you say?
I would say so. Also with like academically as well, where it's like I'm pushing people to do more. Like with internships, I feel like we didn't really have a whole lot of people that were involved in internships, and I feel like it's like definitely go try that out because it's like it's paid for and you're there, and it's just a fun experience. So yeah, I would say so.
Another thing that I think a lot of athletes appreciate, and I've always been kind of stunned by it, is just how nice the facilities are here in
Yeah.
North Dakota, especially Dickinson, is because they're so devoted to sports and they have such a connection to this university here in town to a large
Yeah.
degree, right?
This facility is like we have probably like one of the best facilities in the state, I would say. I remember when I first toured here, I was honestly surprised because it's such a smaller school, but we have such a good facility. So yeah.
Yeah, it's striking. Just the number of facilities here, and I'm talking for everybody. I'm talking about for Little League baseball and junior softball players, and it's stunned by it. I always am, but particularly this one. And I would think that's a pretty decent fast track, huh?
Yeah, it's nice. I really like it. So,
Right?
Yeah.
Well, the last question I think I have for you would be, what is the thing you're going to miss most about Dickinson whenever you do finally leave and you go in whatever direction you want to pursue?
I'm really just going to miss, that's a really hard question. Like a lot about it. Because it's just like, I like how everything's like right there and I know everything and I know everyone. it's going to be really hard to like leave that and start somewhere new, because it's like I've created such good connections here. But I still look forward to like the future and wherever it will take me. So
I would think, because I've noticed a lot of times just how close all the athletic community is here. It would be hard to leave that, wouldn't it?
It would be, definitely. You definitely make a family here, so yeah.
No question. Well, folks, we certainly appreciate you tuning in for this next installment of Behind the Jersey. I've been lucky enough to be talking with Jewel Olson, and she is a track athlete over here. Now, track season is going on. There's going to be another meet right here at the BAC, I think somewhere right around the corner, so you'll have to get out here and watch her run. I want to thank everybody for tuning in the last couple of weeks. We've had a lot of viewers, more than 1,000, and in some cases a couple thousand people who have been tuning into this program. I also, again, want to thank Dickinson State University for providing me the access to the athletes over here and the time that it takes for them out of their schedule. So, Jewel, thank you very much for your time. I certainly appreciate it. And thank you, folks, for checking out this most recent installment of Behind the Jersey. We'll be back with another one sometime next week, but in the meantime, I hope you have a wonderful weekend and a great, great time. Bye.